got one more.
All right, good morning everyone. I am Legislator Susan Berland, and we are here to kick off the Kayak Rack Pilot Program. Yeah! Woo! All right, so first thing, you have to have your sunblock and your kayak hat. All right. Now that we all have our sunblock on, which I checked before we began, let me introduce to you everybody who is here today. We have our county executive, Steve Malone. We have Gina Coletti with the Suffolk Alliance of Chambers. We have David Kennedy, also with the Suffolk Alliance and the Patchogue Chamber. We have Kevin Himes, also with the Suffolk Alliance and the Ronkonkoma Chamber. We have Emily Laurie, who's here on behalf of our Parks Department. Our Commissioner Smakin couldn't make it this morning. We have our Presiding Officer, Rob Clarko. Our Deputy Presiding Officer, Kara Hahn. And we have a number of legislators. First, Legislator Kennedy, whose district we are happy she's letting us come to this morning. We have Legislator Nick Caracappa, Legislator Sarah Anker, Legislator Anthony Piccirillo, Legislator Sammy Gonzalez. I think he's got the poll. There we go. Legislator Steve Flattery. So it just goes to show you that the legislature loves to kayak and canoe. So there we are. Okay, and we have. Wait, I'm getting to him. I'm getting to him. I'm getting to him. I'm going to do some thank yous, and I'm getting to him specifically. Don't worry. Okay, so first I have to thank the Suffolk Alliance of Chambers. They donated the funds to build the kayak racks. So let's give them a big round of applause. And also, Laborers Local 66, they donated their time and labor needed to install the racks. Let's give them a big round of applause. Really strong. So Joe Montalbano and Josh Slaughter, gave their sweat equity to build the kayak rack, which you will see behind me when the legislative C's part. And I want to really thank them for, stepping up and really putting together this public-private partnership. So let's hear it for our laborers. Now, none of these connections, or as I call them, like shidduchs, which is the Jewish way for saying the connection that all fits together. So, in order to have a shidduch, you need someone who's going to shepherd that and make it happen. So, the man who made this all happen with me is Bob Fonte. Right, it was a mitzvah on top of a shidduch. So there you go. Right, we have got some mazel tovs too. So Bob worked together with the Alliance to get them to donate the funds, and also together with Local 66 to get them to donate the labor to make this happen. So thank you totally, Bob, and really appreciate it. I also have to thank our Parks Commissioner, Jason Smakin, and his staff for getting this up and running so quickly. We have a whole bunch of co-sponsors, which are all here except for Doc Spencer. We have Kara Hahn, Sarah Anker, Anthony Piccirillo, Steve Flatterin, Leslie Kennedy, Jason Richburg's not here either, and Doc Spencer. So I want to thank all my co-sponsors. Well, I'm delighted to be here today with everyone to announce the launch of the Suffolk County Kayak and Canoe Rack Pilot Program, just in time for the summer season. We're also fortunate to live in a place where we have access to beautiful waterways, beaches, and parks. During the summer months on Long Island, when we think recreation, we think water. That's why I sponsored the program, which will allow residents to rent a space to lock their kayak or canoe for the entire season, actually going to Columbus Day, making it easier and more convenient for them to enjoy the water in our parks and our beaches. And if we look at where we are today, there are swans in there, so you can kayak with swans. Oh, it's just, you can fish. We have Legislator Gonzalez has the fishing pole, and Legislator Hahn has the kayak paddle, in case you're not sure. And you absolutely always have to have your life vest. One is right here for you to see. So this is a program that I originally started when I was a councilwoman in the town of Huntington. And I will tell you that all of the kayak racks in Huntington are totally rented, and there's a waiting list to get to them. So that being said, I'm hoping the same thing happens in the county, so you should sign up really quickly. You know, I'm confident that the program will do well and on the county parks, and I want to expand it to more county parks. Right now, there are 6 locations. It's Blydenburg, which we are here now, South Haven County Park, Lake Ronkonkoma County Park, yay, Timber Point Golf Course, Indian Hill County Park, and Smith Point County Park Marina. So those are the 6 locations that the pilot program is going to consist of. Now, you're going to go online to the park's website and you sign up for a spot in the kayak racks. This is the copy of the permit that you will get. It's going to cost $100 if you're a resident and you have your green key. So you got to make sure you get your green key and you're a resident, and it will cost you $100 to store your kayak for the season. If you're not a resident and you want one of the spots, it costs $250. But remember, it's a first come, first serve, so the quicker you sign up, the better the chances that you will get one of the spots. You'll be able to purchase the sticker. You will place the sticker on your kayak rack. They'll be assigned to a specific rack storage location. You are responsible for providing your own devices to secure your kayak or canoe to the rack. This year, because it's the first time and it's a pilot program, you have to purchase. You can go download the application on the park's website, but you have to purchase them in person at the West Sayville Administration Building, 200 Montauk Highway in West Sayville. Next year, hopefully we'll be able to get it all online where you won't have to go, but this year you'll have to go there. You can download the form, which you need to sign and bring with you, online at suffolkcounty.ny.gov/departments/parks. Visit the Doing Business tab, and you'll be able to find the form. So that is the nuts and bolts of our program, and very excited that we're going to launch this, have this open for the season. This is the first location. So I want to invite a number of people here to say a few words, and then we will do a parting of the people see, and you will actually be able to see the rack behind us with some kayaks. So first, it's my honor and privilege to present to you our county executives.
Thank you, Susan. This is a typical Susan Berlin press conference. We have biblical references, props. Bob Fonte is a shepherd now. So a lot of exciting things going on here. But I want to thank our majority leader for her leadership on this issue, and very proud to work with her and the legislature, all my colleagues here, to help implement this really wonderful program. And like many things, we get ideas from different places, different levels of government, and of course this is one that Susan brought from the town. And we've just come through this extraordinarily challenging, more than a year now, 14, 15 months. And we're not done yet, but we are getting close. And the fact that we're all here outdoors is a very good thing and very good sign, but our numbers are way down. One of the things, of the many lessons that we have learned through this difficult year, is how important the outdoors are. We have always loved the outdoors here. It's part of who we are on Long Island, in Suffolk County. We love our parks, our open spaces. But we really have learned this year just how important they are. When there wasn't anything else to do, when everything else was closed, people could come to these amazing parks. And so anything that we can do to add to that experience is really important and really significant. And I agree with Legislator Berlin that I think this is going to become oversubscribed very quickly, because I think this is going to be incredibly popular. And that means we're going to need Joe and Josh to come back and build some more. But I do want to thank Local 66 for their great partnership here. They do so many great things for the community, but really appreciate the work they've done here. And of course, the Alliance of Chambers, Gina Coletti, thank you so much. And Kevin and Bob, thank you very much. And to all my colleagues, great job. Great to be here. Thanks.
Wonderful. Thank you. Thank you. All right, let me introduce to you Gina Coletti, Suffolk Alliance of Chambers.
Good afternoon, everybody. It's a pleasure to be here today to kick off our new program for the kayaks and the canoes. I would like to say a special thank you for our County Executive, Steve Malone, for being here today to share in this wonderful day, and Susan Berlin for the unbelievable job you did with this. We have a few people here that I would just like to mention that are here from the Suffolk County Alliance of Chambers. We have David Kennedy. He's the Executive Director of the Patchogue Chamber of Commerce, and thank you so much for your support. And we have Kevin Himes here from the Ronkonkoma Chamber of Commerce. And I want to say a special thank you to all of the legislators here for all of your support, and special thanks to the Parks Commissioner for allowing this to happen, and for Local 66 to do this wonderful collaboration between the Alliance of Chambers, Suffolk County, and the Local 66. Everybody's been very supportive, and we are pleased to be here to kick off the program. And a special thank you for Rob Calarco, for our presiding officer, for working collaboratively with Susan Berlin. Thank you so much, and look forward to having everybody sign up. And like we said, first come, first serve, because this is going to go real fast. Enjoy the summer, and thanks for being here.
Well, next was going to be the reps from Local 66, Joe Montalbano and Josh Slaughter, but they can't be here, so the Academy accepts and they're on. Next we have our presiding officer, Rob Clark.
Thank you, Susan, and it's a pleasure to be able to join everyone here today for this unveiling of our racks. And we have done such great work in the MIRAC group, which is the Marine Industries Revitalization Advisory Council. I think I got that right. And this was one of the topics that came up, and talking about how do we make better use of our waterways and make it more accessible to the public. And certainly being able to have a canoe or kayak rack there at our parks where the people can come in, leave their kayak for the season, not have to lug it back and forth to their car and lug it back and forth from their car to their homes every time they want to go out, is a great opportunity. I thank Susan so much for bringing this great idea from the town of Huntington, and a special thanks to Joe Montalbano and Josh Slaughter from Local 66 and helping and donating labor to get this done. And you know, usually they find a couple guys who are maybe not on the job for that week and get them to come out and do the work, but they're fully employed, which is a great thing in this economy. So Joe came down and dug the holes himself, and we thank him so much for that. And a big thanks to the Alliance of Chambers and Bob Fonte from my office. Sometimes I wasn't sure if Bob was doing it as part of my office or the chamber, or a little bit of both. But I know that he really went above and beyond to be able to get this done and get this accomplished. So thank you so much, Bob. And this is just great for everybody to be able to come out and enjoy our parks. I only have two things to say. One is I thought I was getting one at Canaan Lake. Maybe the next
round,
one.
next round.
And second, I think Bob and Sue should go down to the water and demonstrate a kayak for us.
Yeah, I got the shoes for it. Okay. And let me present to you next our Deputy Presiding Officer, Kara Hahn. I can hold the
paddle.
Gives you the whole
I can hold the prop. I can hold the paddle while I talk about this. Sue, I'm so excited. I was really excited for this one. I'm Legislator Karahan. Thank you to County Executive Balone. Thank you to the Parks Department. I see Tony Trotta here with Emily Laurie. Thank you, and others from the Parks Department. To Bob Fonte, the chamber reps. We know how important water is to us as Long Islanders. Getting out on the water is what's in our heart and our soul as Islanders, and making it easier to do that is really important. As government reps, I chair the legislature's Environment, Parks, and Agriculture Committee, as well as the Economic Development Committee, and there's clear synergy here. I established a Blue Way Trail, Suffolk County Blue Way Trail Planning Committee, and finding where people can access the water and through a Blue Way Trail and connecting with our downtowns is so important to utilizing our love of the water and helping small businesses. And so I can really see this growing as we focus placement at parks and waterways where there are businesses right next to, where people will be coming down more regularly because they don't have to lug their kayak onto their rack, and they'll come regularly, visit our businesses, and really help our residents' mental health, but also help the health of our economy. And so this is really great synergy with these two things. I'm really happy to be here to support this initiative, and glad that we're doing it, and can't wait to kayak very soon myself.
Okay, Legislator Kennedy, you want to say anything? We're in your neck of the woods.
Sure. Good morning. Thank you all for being here today, and thank you, Susan, and thank you, Town of Huntington, and thank you to everyone who showed up to one of the oldest parks in the Suffolk County Gallery of Parks. If you take a look around at the beautiful foliage, and down there at the lovely, beautiful river, lake, swans, geese, ducks, we have it all here. Now we have the ability to make people's lives easier by leaving their kayak here, locking it up. I think it's a wonderful idea. I think this should make life better. Just one request: bring your kayak, bring your whistle, and make sure you're wearing your life jacket. We have a lot of foliage underwater, so be careful and enjoy. Thank you.
Okay, so seeing this was unanimously passed by the legislature, as well as the Parks Steward Committee, I'm going to let each legislator who wants to say something. So, Sarah, would you like to go next? Legislator Sarah Henker.
As you can see, I'm decked out in my summer attire here, summer attire. But that's what Suffolk County's about. It's about getting outdoors, going outdoors, and it's all about the water. And so, again, I thank Susan and all the folks here that have done a tremendous job in getting the idea that we can have a more convenient way of getting out on the water. I'm a very avid kayaker. You'll see me out in Mount Sinai Harbor probably at least once a week. But just again, remember to be safe. Again, the life jacket. And remember, there's a responsibility too with the locking up the kayaks, making sure, that, it's going to be safe. And that's what the county's going to be doing. So again, I just want to thank everybody here and Susan, all the work that you've done in both the town of Huntington and Suffolk County, and bringing this idea here. So
Thank you. All right, I'm going to try to do it alphabetically. Legislator Karakappa.
I'll be very brief. It's just it's an honor to be here, and I want to thank Legislator Berlin for putting this together, along with everybody from the chamber and the parks. A real collaborative effort. And as our county executive said, this year has been a great impact on these parks due to the unfortunate circumstances of what we've all been through for the last 17 months or so. it really has enhanced the use of our parks. This just adds to that ability for our families and our tourists to enjoy these beautiful parks that we have, these resources. So, you know, my family as well, we've come to love our county parks even more and appreciate them even more. So I thank everybody up here today, both out here with the parks and everyone who put the effort into this. Labor 66, of course, Sue Berlin here, our legislator and chair of our committee, and our county executive, and Rob Colaco as well. I want to just a big thank you to all my colleagues here who put this together. Thank you all very much.
Legislator Steve Flannery. You're up.
Thank you. Congratulations. This is a great program because I love that it's not using taxpayers' money. It's a public-private partnership, and it's a way of getting access to our parks, getting our parks being used to a higher level, which helps the economics of the local chambers and everything else. One way, when you have a kayak sometimes half hanging out of your car, instead they could stop off on the way home or on the way here to get their lunch or coffee and everything else. I think this is, again, be using our local county parks, and again, public-private partnership, no taxpayers' money. It's terrific.
Thank you. Out fishing, Legislator Sam Gonzalez.
Thank you so much. And I will be even briefer because when you get to the letter G, everything is already used up, guys. And so, I guess I'm last. Well, at that point, thanks for coming. But thank you to my colleagues for this wonderful initiative. To come here when I first moved to Suffolk County, the love of water, the love of the greenery is something that, you know, is second to none for me right now. And to come here with my grandkids and my children and listen to this, the peace and quiet of this beautiful environment, great initiative. You know, please hurry up. It's going to go pretty quickly, but thank you for this opportunity.
Thank
Very good.
And alphabetically last at the moment, but certainly not least,
Number one in our hearts, number last on the scorecard.
Legislator Piccarello.
Thank you, Legislator Berlin, for putting this together. Great job. I'm happy to be a co-sponsor. Since everyone was thanked, I'll thank everyone again, but I will put a shameless pitch in that I could really use these in Sable and Bayport. So if there's any left over, I would really appreciate it. Thanks to all the hard work that went in here today. And it's great that we could be together in person and not over a computer screen because of all the hard work of everybody standing here today. So thank you very much. Look forward to a good summer.
Wonderful. Thank you. All right, I think I got everybody, right? I think I got everybody. So a last thank you to the Parks Department and everybody here who, as you will see as we separate in a moment, how, you know, beautiful the area was, you know, what was set up for this. And for everybody out there, sign up because they're going to go quickly, and we have our 6 to start, and hopefully we will have lots more in the future. So thank you all for being here, and let's unveil the racks. All right.
Bike lock, chain lock.
But on what? On like the front of
On the rim. Just like you would lock your bike on a rim. Yeah, I'm thinking the same thing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, go behind the rack.